Hi beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, and for subscribing. In this video I'll be updating you on Twist of Fate. Happy New Year you all. Hope you enjoyed your holidays. Guess what? Ranbir exposes Aliya and Rhea immediately after his wedding with Prachi. You need to watch till the end to find out how it happened. Please subscribe to this channel and don't forget to click on the notification button to be notified anytime I drop a new video. Please like this video, share this video, enjoy this video, download this video. Tell me what you feel about this video in the comment section. Let me just tell you, this episode is on fire. It is hot as Ranbir finally exposes Aliya and Rhea. Remember, after wedding Prachi. A must watch indeed. Let's go. The episode starts with Pallavi asking everyone who knew about Ranbir sitting on the mandap and not Sid. Aryan, Shahana, and Dida raised their hands. Dida says she came to know just some time back. Pallavi says, who told you? Rhea says it doesn't matter. This is a lie and betrayal and I don't believe it. Ranbir says you can break Prachi's guard back down, but not our relation. He says you can break her Vamala, but can't break her promises, and swears. He says you can break the Malgasutra but can't tear the love connection with which we are connected. He says Prachi and my love will never get less. He says Prachi has hurt me, but she has bear so much than me. He says she has taught me love and life, and it doesn't matter if she gives me death also. He says when she is near me, I want to see her. He says I came to know how much I love her. I was taking breaths, but I was not leaving. Aliya asks, why did you let Prachi come to the mandap when you love her so much? Ranbir says, I was not aware that you both have kidnapped Mihika. Sid and Mihika are in the car while the goons are behind her. Sid asks her not to worry and tells that the goon is not seen. Mihika asks him to take reverse. The goon come in front of Sid's car, while the other come from behind. They take out Mihika from the car. Mihika shouts, Bagya! Sid takes out hockey stick from his car and starts beating the goons. The goons beat Sid. Mihika hits the goons with the hockey stick and asks Sid to come. Sid and Mihika take their bike keys and escape in their car. The goons tells others that they shall call Aliya, but phone is broken. Ranbir tells Aliya that the reason is you and Rhea. He asks her to answer. Aliya says, I don't have any justification for your inappropriate question. She asks him to keep them out of his imaginary world. Rhea says, why will I kidnap Mihika? Aryan gets a message and signs Ranbir. He is going. Aliya calls him. He says later. Aliya says, I stay here when I got time to kidnap Mihika. Shahana asks if you will inform us before kidnapping Mihika. Aliya says, I am not your bougie. Shahana says, I know well. Whatever wrong you have done. Aliya asks Pallavi if an outsider will insult her now. Shahana asks her to see her status and asks if Bua also goes to her niece Sasura. Aliya asks, how dare you, and raises her hand on Shahana. Prachi holds Aliya's hand, stopping her, and tells that if she can fold her hands to save respect, then can hold someone's hand to save someone's respect. Gang. She says you have right to raise hand, but not when you are wrong. She says Shahana is not an outsider, but she is my own sister. She says Shahana has taught me how to deal with outside world. She says Ma and Shahana had taken care of me. She says she always stood by me as she is my sister. She says few relations are made by ourselves and we feel proud of it. She is proud of her relation with Shahana. She says you hurt me but not my pride. She says, I respected you always, but you never give me even a smallest place in your heart. She says, I don't want any place now. You stay with your family and I will stay with my family. Aliya asks what she wants to prove. Ranbir asks her to answer. Aliya asks what to answer. I have no answer. She asks Pallavi to say something. Pallavi says, I am hearing what is going on here, and says if Ranbir is right. Then Aliya says, do you think that I have kidnapped Mihika? Prachi says, we have seen with our eyes that you were in a hotel and nobody can think what was about to happen with Mihika. She says it was truth. Aliya says she is lying, making stories. Vikram says Prachi is lying and you are nervous while refusing. Dida says Aliya shall tell if Ranbir is right. Pallavi says if Ranbir is right, then I will be against you. It will be really bad for you. Aliya says there is no truth in this. She says they are making stories. Dida says 2 more people saw this truth. She says you were seen in that hotel where Mihika was captive. Aliya says I didn't go to any hotel, and says maybe she is my look-alike. Aryan comes there and says it was just you only. He says son can't get betrayed by look-alike. Aliya asks him to be quiet and says don't know what story they have told you. Aryan says he has grown up and will expose her true face to everyone as he is ashamed of her. Aliya asks if you will go against your mother. Aryan says you have become just Rhea's boa and not my mother. Ranbir calls the Goons. The Goons come there. Ranbir says they will tell on whose orders they have kidnapped Mihika. The Goons tells that they had kidnapped Mihika on Aliya's sayings. Rhea recalls Mihika's words. Shahana asks Rhea if she identified them. Pallavi asks Aliya if she had given them money to kidnap Mihika. Ranbir asks Aliya to say and says 5 people are against you now. Aliya says someone is trapping me. Ranbir asks who? Aryan, me or someone else? Aliya says someone is trying to frame me. Vikram says we don't understand what is happening. Pallavi says we will not believe it easily. Dida says it is not a small thing. Ranbir tells that Aliya and Rhea had kidnapped Mihika and had threatened Sid that they will kill Mihika if he don't claim Prachi's baby to be his and if he don't marry her. He says, I asked Prachi to marry Sid and she wanted to run away. He says Prachi was pressurized for us and forced her to marry. She says we have cuffed her feet and asked her to make her legitimate baby illegitimate. He says Sid asked her to marry him, else they will kill Mihika. He says Prachi couldn't understand what to do and don't want to start her life with Mihika's death, and that's why sat on the mandap. He says he stood in front of her and tells that he feels proud of her. He says he has beer enough. Rhea asks, what wrong did we do? You are watching him as if watching a film. She asks Goons to show the contract and asks Shahana to show some proofs and asks where is the evidence. She asks if I was kidnapped, then how I can kidnap others. The Goons tells that they haven't kidnapped Rhea, just kept her for money. Aliya says, I met them to give money to free Rhea. Other Goons ask Ranbir to call their call checklist and says Aliya's call's details are in it. The episode starts with Goons telling everyone that they have kidnapped Mihika on Aliya's orders. Aliya says, I met them when I went to give them ransom for Rhea. She asks the Goons to say this. Aryan signs him at the phone. The Goons recall his warning that they shall tell truth to police, else they will be arrested along with their family. The Goons ask them to check the call list and tells that Aliya had hired them for Mihika's kidnapping and not Rhea. Ranbir thanks them and says you will be rewarded for speaking the truth. He asks them to go. Aliya says they are lying. Rhea says, have you ruined everything, and blames her for ruining her life. Aliya says, I haven't kidnapped Mihika. She goes out. Rhea says, you can't go like this, and goes behind her. Pallavi says Rhea is not with Aliya. in this crime. Vikram asks, what do you want to tell? Aliya says, I don't want to talk to anyone, and says Palave and Rhea go from here. Rhea says, just I have come. She says all our plan backfired and we are trapped badly. I don't see any way out. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back for more updates from your favorite Z Word series.